Tonight, the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition clash over who is to blame for the damning impact report. The opposition labels a government minister a bully, and the tireless campaigner for the rights of women and children called for more research on domestic violence in St. Lucia.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Bonsoir, aujourd'hui, c'est mardi le 24 octobre 2023. Nom moi c'est Daniela Edwin. Bienvenue pour nouvelle nuit station Hot 7 qui vous suivre nous à Flow Channel 117, station Hot FM, Epikis FM, LA App Mobile Caribbean Hot FM, page Facebook Caribbean Hot 7 TV et pas oublier ces moun là qui ka servir à plug and play Hot 7. Merci pour joindre nous. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has laid the blame for inaction on key recommendations in the impacts report squarely at the feet of the former administration. Speaking at a sword-turning ceremony for new divisional headquarters for the RSLPF on Monday, Pierre expressed frustration at having to deal with the fallout from the report, stating that it could have been dealt with over the last 5 years.
The impact report is not my being. I didn't create the impact report. The Prime Minister before me had a copy of the impact report. I'm not the only one who had a copy of the impact report. Why all suddenly the impact report has become my cross? It was there before me. It was there for the last 5 years. They had it for the last 5 years.
Prime Minister Pierre was addressing what he described as talk and misinformation leveled at his government for not resolving the issues brought about by the impacts report. The report, which was compiled by the Jamaican Constabulary Force as a result of Operation Restore Confidence, deals with 12 fatal police shootings which occurred between January 1st, 2010 and December 31st, 2011. At the time, St. Lucia was gripped by a wave of gun violence which had baffled the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. In response, the government, under the leadership of then Prime Minister Stephenson King, implemented ORC to curtail the scourge and return the country to a semblance of normalcy. However, according to the report, these 12 police shootings were unlawful and a gross violation of human rights. This in turn caused the United States government to institute the Leahy Law, statutory provisions which prohibit assistance to foreign security forces implicated in human rights violations. In June 2021, the Leahy Law was partially lifted, allowing certain units within the RSLPF to participate in training exercises facilitated by the United States, with the provision that investigations would be instigated into the murders, and the officers implicated would be either tried or cleared. Though the Prime Minister was adamant that the report was not his doing, he, however, pledged to attempt to bring the matter to a close.
I hope that we can resolve these issues. But for the cheap and desperate politicians and the surrogates who want to use it as what they think is a whip against this government, it will not work. Because the people of St. Lucia know that that existed a long time before this government. It's not my baby. It's not my baby. I didn't create it, but I'll try to solve it.
Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Eldridge Charles.
Meanwhile, leader of the opposition, Honorable Alan Chasney, has responded to questions asked by Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre concerning his role in the impacts report. At a sword-turning ceremony for the construction of new divisional headquarters for the RSLPF in Grosley on Monday, the Prime Minister queried why the issues surrounding the impacts report had suddenly become his cross. In a rebuttal, Chasney stated that it was the Labour Party which initiated rumors that led to the eventual impacts investigation.
The issues surrounding the content of the impacts report have surfaced once again. The report, which was carried out by CARICOM's Implementing Agency for Crime and Security, investigated a series of homicides that occurred during the years 2010 and 2011. It is alleged that these murders were committed by law enforcement officers, which were part of a temporary task force operating under a crime suppression exercise dubbed Operation Restore Confidence. Regarding this report, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre questioned why the current administration is being held responsible for addressing the long-standing concerns. He noted that he wasn't the only one with a copy of the impacts report and questioned why these issues have become his cross. Responding to the Prime Minister's comments, Leader of the Opposition Honorable Alan Chastanet indicated that Prime Minister Pierre was part of a then opposition St. Lucia Labour Party, which initiated rumors that eventually led to the impacts investigation.
Prime Minister said that he doesn't know how impacts has become his cross, that this is not, and I quote, his baby. This is the same person that was the deputy leader of opposition when ORC came in. They're the ones who made the allegations that the police officers were deliberately killing people, extrajudicial killings. He and Kenny Anthony are the ones who said that there was a hit list. They're the ones who went to foreign countries and made these allegations.
In his remarks, Prime Minister Pierre also asserted that Mr. Chastanet should have dealt with the issues concerning the impacts report whilst he was in government. The leader of the opposition dismissed these claims, noting that the Director of Public Prosecution should be the only one who deals with such matters.
When the Prime Minister would say that the impact situation ought to have been resolved totally by my administration when we were in government for 5 years, is blatantly lying. Because if he genuinely understood the implications and what caused impacts and what impacts was and what the potential solution to impacts is, he would never make those statements. There's absolutely no role for the politicians to play in resolving the allegations in the impacts report. There's only one entity that can deal with it, and that has been constitutionally empowered to deal with prosecutions in this country, and that is the DPP's office.
Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Quinn Segis.
Still on the political scene, members of the opposition United Workers' Party have labelled Housing Minister Honorable Richard Frederick a bully. The political figures highlighted the minister's seemingly aggressive approach to tackling opponents on his TV program and indicated that this behavior was unbecoming of a public officer.
Are we to live in fear? Are we to live with everybody having to look over their shoulder because this individual has a talk show and is protected by the office of the Prime Minister?
The opposition United Workers' Party has once again called the behavior of Housing Minister Richard Frederick into question. On this occasion, they have accused the minister of intimidating his opponents via his talk show, Can I Help You? These accusations stem from Mr. Frederick's latest comments on the show, where he claimed that he was in possession of files of citizens made available to him by the police. Commenting on these claims, former Senator Fortuna Belrose noted that Mr. Frederick's actions were unbecoming of a public servant. She further accused the Castries Central MP of being a bully and indicated that government ministers should refrain from such behavior.
The unprecedented levels of misconduct openly demonstrated by Minister Richard Frederick fall completely below any of the standards cited in the ministerial code and what any reasonable citizen would expect of a public officer. Each week, civilians are mercilessly attacked and bullied on his infamous Can I Help You show. This is not right. It cannot be right for a minister to be carrying on like this. It is one thing to have a show in private life, but quite another to do so as a minister, a public officer who is paid from the public purse.
Adding his voice to the accusations, Deputy Political Leader for the UWP, Guy Joseph, questioned whether Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre was too fearful of Frederick to put him in line.
That is unbecoming of any civilized modern society to have a minister who holds one of the highest portfolios, being an executive member of government, a minister in the Prime Minister's office. And every citizen is afraid of this individual. I am telling you, Prime Minister, and you know that, and it appears to me you are more afraid of him than the rest of St. Lucia.
The ongoing war of words between the housing minister and his former political comrades rages on. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Quinn Teshis.
Toujours à première phase nouvelle, nous avons présenté au PPUVA. Question aujourd'hui assez, quelle manière ou quelle relation entre police et public là? On écoute et réponse.
Bonjour des créoles. Wow. Actuellement, chez moi qui a cassé pour ces polices là. Moi savais yo ka try. Mais génération actuellement papa. Moi pas ça même explain. Laissez maman ça la sortir l'école. C'est pour ça just venir du bout de bol là où y a pour ouais jouer gourmet. Toute qualité mot ou ka wanda côté c'est maman ça la sorti qui qualité kayo levé c'est police là bon Dieu yo ni pour c'est police là qui fait un bon travail but changer c'est police là c'est moun yo ni ish yo ni madame yo ni famille c'est génération ça moi pas même savent yo ka fait un bon travail because moi ka ouais yo tous les jours man yo ka chebe c'est maman là try parler ba yo fait yo comprendre ou ça va aller les polices arrêter yo record yo cassé yo pas ni bon record yo ka parler ba yo en chay yo ka faire un bon job moi ka prendre ba ces police là tous les jours pour bon Dieu ba yo la force et puis courage.
The police are working very hard, they're doing a very good job, so we must just keep praying for them and bless all of them to keep up to their good work.
Let me say that something. The police is overworking day and night. But I believe the relationship with the police and the public is going okay. I don't have a problem with the police are doing the job, they're executing the job, that the police do the job.
To me, to my knowledge, everything is good. Everything is working perfect. I'm not hearing any complaint, any riot going on. The police and the public, to me, they are working hands in hands. It's doing good. Maybe they need a little improvement to bust a little more crime in the area, but they're doing good. They just need to keep on doing what they're doing so they could improve.
I'm not confused about the police. To me, the police are doing the job. It's left to the people who have to cooperate with the police because not everyone is nice. And we'll never find that. There'll always be ups and downs. I think without the police, when it's a complaint, everyone goes to the police. So they say they like the police never do me wrong. So the police are always doing the job. Some police, they say, some police are not good. Not all police are not good. Police is police. Without the police, we have no law and order.
My views about the police to the public is very good. Well, from the time I'm being here because I was out for a while, I realized that they're doing the job quite well. So I see they've been taking care of the public and they're looking out for us. Everywhere I pass, I see them. So I'm thanking them so much for doing a great job for St. Lucia. So keep it up and be well. Happy Journée Créole to you all.
I think the relationship between the police and the public is good. But it's just that some citizens, because we have very much of our citizens who are law-abiding, and those who are law-abiding, they don't mind giving police the information, but they're scared and they have no confidence in the police because they fear that the fact that they give the police information, it will leak out and that will put them in jeopardy.
Novella kai continue tale epi, the ECCP promotes wealth creation for financial resilience, and a veteran St. Lucian entertainer is in a diabetic coma at the OKE hospital. Weste pinunuka witu ne tu tale epi de taya su sewa posa eklisot.